up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be running through my preview / prediction for the Detroit Lions and the New Orleans Saints game this weekend on Sunday. So let's get it started.
You know, I got to shout out DoseOfDion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, you know, guys don't know DoseOfDion. He put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
Welcome in, everybody, to another video. Glad you guys are here. And yes, we do this every single week to preview the Detroit Lions game. And now we are into week 4. I did do my against the spread picks yesterday. By the way, I'm 1-0. I got a good start. There we go. Good job, Broncos. Did anybody else watch this Thursday night football game? I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie with you, okay? I did watch it until halftime. I literally fell asleep at half. That usually doesn't happen. I fell asleep at halftime. It wasn't that late. I'm not saying the game was boring. All right, because I do like Thursday night, because even if the teams aren't that good, I at least get to see them, and I usually don't get to watch them. But I did fall asleep at halftime. So I'm just going to say that either way, the Broncos did win. So good job, Broncos. You held it down. Okay, you got me to 1-0 on my against the spread picks. That's good. Also, I had a question. I've had this question a few times. What's this notebook? Like what's going on with this notebook? Why do I always got a dang notebook with me everywhere? That's where I put all my notes, man. My notes for the videos, for the DoseOfDion gaming channel. You know how I'm working on the film over there. We got a lot of notes here, man. A lot of notes here. But yeah, that's what this is. It's already got like a lot of pages full. I'm gonna have to buy a new one soon. But anyways, yeah, that's what this is. All right, so today's video, as you guys can see from the board, Saints versus Lions. Who you got? It's week number 4. All right, let me know your predictions in the comment section below. Now, we've done a game plan video. We've broken down the Saints tendencies. We've talked a lot about this game. If you want that, I have a game plan video on it. I also have a tendencies video where I talk about personnel and everything like that for the New Orleans Saints. This is simply just a little prediction and just kind of a simplified preview. That's what this is. So it's probably going to be shorter than those two videos together. All right, so we have the 1-2 Saints taking on the 1-2 Detroit Lions. The Saints haven't won since week 1 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which is looking like a pretty darn good win right now because Tampa Bay is starting to pick it up. But they haven't won since week 1, so they're coming off of back-to-back losses. And you know the Saints don't want to lose 3 straight games. That just doesn't seem like a Saints thing to do, is to lose 3 straight games. The Lions, however, are coming in maybe feeling pretty good about themselves, right? They just beat the Arizona Cardinals. They're about to head into a bye week. So if you can get a win heading into a bye week, all of a sudden, man, your season looks much better. Okay, you got wins over New Orleans and the Cardinals heading into a bye week. You're getting healthy. I mean, it's just looking real good if you're a Detroit Lions fan. So the difference between a win and a loss here is huge. Now, a lot of people did predict the Lions to start the season 1-3, and it kind of makes sense. I mean, they have a very difficult, tough start to the schedule, and I believe initially before the season started, this was actually the first loss I predicted for the Lions was this Saints game, because the Saints are a very good team, and even though they're 1-2, I've said it once, I'll say it again. Don't let that fool you, man. This Saints team is going to be ready to go. They are still a very talented team, and it's only 3 weeks in. There's a long season. As Matt Patricia said, all right, the numbers will balance and figure themselves out as we get through the year, but the Saints are going to be a contender, all right? At the end of the day, whether or not they win or lose this game, they're going to be contenders, okay? They're just too talented of a team. So this is going to be a difficult matchup. I mean, throw the records out the window. This is going to be a tough matchup, and the Lions, if they could get it, oh, man, that would just be some huge momentum heading into the bye week. So we're going to hop into some keys for this game for the Detroit Lions to win. We're also going to talk about some players to watch for each side, for the Saints and for the Detroit Lions. We're going to touch on injuries a little bit, but I do have injury report videos if you guys want to just know the injury report. Also, today's Friday, which is, you know, another practice day, so we will have injury report updates from that later today. And then finally, my predictions. So let's first off start with the keys, all right? Because I know most of you guys are Lions fans. If you are Saints fans, shout out to the Saints fans for being in the building. Put in the comment section below, man, why you think your Saints will win this game. And I'm kind of going to touch on that a little bit here, I think, as well. But the keys, all right? How can the Lions beat the Saints? Just to kind of simplify version, again, we do have the game plan videos. First off, take shots early, okay? I want the Lions to take shots early to initially just basically help out that run game. I want the Lions to stick to the run. I know some people want to make it a shootout and they don't want to see us run as much and they want to see Matthew Stafford out there slinging it. That is fun to watch. But also, when you look at how we are built as a team, I think rushing the football and being able to do that consistently, even if it's not the most successful, is how we're going to have the most success as a team. And I think we saw last week against Arizona that the Detroit Lions are going to stick to the run game, even if it's not the most successful. Now, this doesn't mean, hey, don't get Carrion involved, don't get Swift involved. It means you can get those guys involved too. There's nothing wrong with that. But stick to the run game. Don't abandon the run game. Don't make this a shootout. Don't allow the Saints to start dialing up some pressure and putting linebackers in the inside where Matthew Stafford is getting thrown in his back. He's already been sacked enough times this year. Let's stick to the run game. Let's keep a balanced approach to this one. But I do want to take shots early because the Saints have one of the best run defenses in the league so far. And they have a lot of talent in the front. Now, they are dealing with some injuries, guys like Davenport. We'll see, who gets healthy there. But they have very good linebackers. They're going to be tough to run the football on. And Matt Patricia was asked about it this week, and he said, look, it's going to be difficult to run the football against them, but you also, if you can stay balanced, it's very difficult, for a defense, right? So for the Lions, they need to stay balanced even if it's not working the best. But I think a great way to do that is take shots early, especially if one guy we're going to touch on soon, Marshawn Lattimore, can't go. That's going to allow getting guys like Kenny Galladay, who now looks good. He's heading into his second game. Marvin Jones, those guys potentially get downfield. We saw Marvin Hall last weekend get open, get deep. Well, not really open, but it was a great throw by Stafford. However, Holding had to call that back. But take shots early. Try to kind of soften up the defense, but continue to stick to the game plan, all right? Don't abandon anything, because once we abandon something and all of a sudden we're a one-dimensional team, this is where problems occur. This is what happened in Green Bay. We made some mistakes. We got behind. We pretty much abandoned the run game. All of a sudden, we played right into the Packers' hands. They were bringing pressure, and it was like Matthew Stafford can't get the ball off. It was an absolute mess. That's not what we want here, okay? We want to keep it balanced. Even if we do get down early, keep it balanced. Of course, though, let Matthew Stafford fling the ball, and that's why I'm saying take shots early. Also, look to tight ends. All right, tight ends are going to be huge. They've been huge against the Saints every week. Every week, a tight end has done well. Now, the Buccaneers, O.J. Howard, he was solid. He had like 4 receptions in that game. The Packers' tight ends were absolutely ridiculous. We've touched on it. This is going to open up play action. If you can run the ball and stay balanced, it's going to open up play action. Heck, the Lions didn't even run the ball that well last year with Stafford. When Stafford was healthy, the Lions ran for less than 4 yards per carry. But the play action was still somehow successful. You'd think, oh, that's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. But it was. See, the thing is, as long as you have that threat of rushing the football, it opens up other things. So if we take shots early, which can ultimately potentially help open up that run game, which we need to stick to, that will open up play action. We keep a balanced attack in this game, and we're going to have our best chance to win this football game. And that'll also help control time possession when the Saints offensively. Yeah, I know they've been getting maybe a little bit of slander, but they're still very talented. If this could open up the tight end group, where tight ends have done really well for Green Bay, especially off the play action, they did very well there. Tampa Bay had, some success. The Raiders had a lot of success to Darren Waller. That's what the Lions need to do. The next key, contain Kamara. All right, this sounds way, way easier than it's really going to be. Me just saying, hey, contain Alvin Kamara will be good. It's not that simple. Now, like I said, we broke all this down, where I see Kamara on the field, what he does. He pretty much does it all. But specifically, where do we need to contain Kamara? Well, here's where I'm going to start off. Stopping the run. If you can't stop the run, you can't stop anything. Matt Patricia understands that just as well as anybody else, that you must be able to stop the run first. And last week against Arizona, we did that. And that allowed us to get some interceptions, make some plays in the back end, because we were able to stop the run, or at least slow it down, right? If the team's running all over you, you're never going to stop them. So for the Detroit Lions defensively, because the Saints are going to try to keep things balanced, stopping the run first, containing Kamara, to me, starts with actually slowing down Latavius Murray, all right? That first down, the early down back, that power back Murray, if you could slow him down and don't let him get these big chunk plays early, then that's going to help you out against guys like Alvin Kamara. Specifically, when Alvin Kamara is on the field, I'm looking for those pitch plays, which the Lions really struggled against when it came to Arizona. Even if we bring it back inside, the pitch plays Lions really struggled against. I think it was just the way that the plays set up, and just kind of the blocking scheme there. The Lions really seem to struggle with that, so hopefully they're prepared to go there. And obviously, a lot of things going to be underneath, so it's all about tackling, right? You can't have tons of missed tackles. We have to be very disciplined in this game to not let a guy break 3 tackles and break it for 40 yards when they caught it behind the line of scrimmage. That's a problem. So a lot of discipline needs to go into this one, and that always, of course, goes back to beating yourselves, because we know about that one. And my final big key in this one is early downs. Now, this comes for both teams, for the Detroit Lions and for the Saints. We're going to start with the Saint Lions here. Of course, getting 10 yards on first down is great, but I'm saying specifically in the red zone. One of the Lions' biggest flaws so far has been scoring in the red zone. The Lions can't punch in a touchdown. Everybody wants to say that. Everybody will say, well, Lions can't score. Lions aren't scoring touchdowns. They need to do it. We all understand they need to do it, but how do you do it? To me personally, it starts on early downs. The Lions haven't had much success on early downs when they get inside the 20. The Lions have either gained 1, 2 yards, no yards, and all of a sudden you're backed up. All of a sudden you have 3rd and goal from the 7. You have 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, and there's no threat of rushing the football. So now that balanced attack, all of a sudden the defense knows, hey, you're throwing the ball, and in a short field, that's a big problem. The Lions need to be more successful on first downs. If that means Daryl Bevell mixing in more passes on first downs in the red zone, if that means just having more success on the ground game, whatever it may mean, it's all about early downs. And defensively for the Lions against the Saints is early downs. The Lions need to make sure that the Saints aren't getting over 5 yards on their first play, because if they do that, this plays right into the Saints' hands of wanting to take little dink and dunks, right? Wanting to be a short passing team, wanting to throw for 5 yards average depth. The Lions must slow down those first couple plays, and that does take me back to the point number 2 of stopping Latavius Murray first. If you do that, you're going to get them in a situation where you can get off the field. You're going to force some third downs. You can get this team off the field. Drew Brees will throw behind the sticks, all right? He's not afraid to do that. On third down, he will not throw it to the first down line a lot of times. The Lions need to make sure that first down on each side is where they either have more success and they have success slowing down the Saints offense, because that's going to set up some things defensively. And we've discussed it all, how the cornerbacks can play, certain players, where the cornerbacks need to be aggressive. Like I touched on, early downs, be aggressive. If it comes to third down, you get them at 3rd and 5, play a little bit softer, play the sticks. We've touched on all this. We have videos on all of this, all right? If you want to know about that, it's the personnel, the concepts, the tendencies video. If you guys want a full game plan, we have that. But this one, that's what I'm saying, early downs is the third key. Players to watch for each side. Let's start off with the Detroit Lions. Kerryon Johnson, specifically that entire running back room. All right, the Lions need to establish a run game. Simply the reason I say this, because I'm curious to see who gets how many carries. We know Darrell Bell said that he wants to get Swift more involved. I'm not saying he has to get 10 carries. I'm just interested to see how much he gets involved. Adrian Peterson is the number 1 running back. We get that. Kerryon Johnson, I'm interested to see how much he gets involved. When you play a team like the Saints, who doesn't blitz a ton, but they do blitz about middle of the pack, and they may do it against the Detroit Lions, getting a guy like Kerryon involved, who's the best pass blocking running back in the league, could be something the Lions look to do early. So the running back position, I'm just really curious to see who gets the touches there. Jeffrey Okudah and this cornerback group. Again, I bring up the whole cornerback group here is because the Lions need to be able to tackle in the secondary. It's all about tackling. It's all about limiting these plays, but specifically the cornerbacks. I want to see them be aggressive on early downs. And when you get these wide receiver bubble screens, when you get the running back screens, when you get these short routes, we need cornerbacks to be aggressive, go up and make a tackle. And I bring up Jeffrey Okudah because he did a great job twice. Once against DeAndre Hopkins and another time on, I think it was Andy Isabella, but I don't completely remember. Either way, he did some great things. He made some big tackles in the back end, behind the line of scrimmage as a cornerback. That's what we need. We need the cornerback to get up, be aggressive. We've seen it from Darrell Roberts last week. We know Amani can do it. That's what we need. And Desmond Trufant showing it against Chicago. So if he's healthy, he'll be another guy to keep an eye on. And finally, TJ Hawkinson. Again, specifically the tight end group. We saw Jesse James get involved last week. But TJ Hawkinson, as we touched on at the beginning here, tight ends have dominated the Saints. So if you get everything else kind of rolling and you stick to your game plan and you stay balanced, tight ends can have a very solid game. And so far, TJ's been very good this season. Moving on to the Saints players to watch. Alvin Kamara. It's kind of simple, guys. Alvin Kamara is Alvin Kamara. He does everything. He can make all these plays, and he's one of the biggest parts of this offense. He's getting 30% of the passing attempts right now, and in the past 3 seasons, every single year, 81 receptions. He's just their offense. I mean, he is such a big part of that offense. Jared Cook. All right, now specifically the tight end group here, but Jared Cook specifically is who I'm looking at. Cook is a guy that may not go. He is dealing with some injuries, but Jared Cook, to me, where he lines up on the field really dictates a lot of things they're going to do offensively. He's also that underneath, over the middle type of option that it seems like the Saints love to go to on third downs. All right, when you need some plays, you look to him. And also, he will run some corner routes, so get some shots deep. So I feel like Jared Cook is another player the Lions must not fall asleep on. All right, especially if Jaron Curse can be out there, he could line up on him, and that would be great. And finally, Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill can play quarterback. He can play tight end. He can play receiver. Heck, he could probably put this dude at running back if you wanted to. Taysom Hill lines up all over the field. And again, depending on where he's lining up, it changes how you attack this team. If he's at quarterback, he's probably looking to run, or he's going to take a shot deep. All right. If you put him at the tight end position, look out for play action. It's probably not going to be an outside handoff. If you put him at receiver, then obviously look out for him going for some routes. Also in special teams, Taysom Hill gets very involved in special teams. Now we're going to touch on a few injuries here, but again, the injury report will be out later today when we get our final updates from Friday. Michael Thomas, who looks like he's going to be playing his practice back-to-back days. Marshawn Lattimore, will he be out? I guess yesterday he had no participation. Davenport, Cook, Pete, those are a couple of other guys to keep on there with some limited participation. For the Lions, Desmond Trufant. Will Trufant make his first game back since the Chicago game? He could be very, very beneficial, especially if Michael Thomas does go for New Orleans to have that veteran. Also a guy that's played against New Orleans a lot when he was with Atlanta. Jaron Curse. Will Jaron Curse play this weekend? I mean, the Lions made room for him by releasing Ty Johnson. Will he get any opportunities? Will he be ready to go? Darrell Roberts, who's been limited in practice. Same thing with Deshaun Hand. And CJ Moore, who hasn't been participating. I'm assuming he won't play. So, last week I made the prediction, and I showed you on the screen. I didn't even say it out loud, and that's what we're going to do again here, because you know what? I don't want to say it, but we tried a different technique. We tried a different technique last week, and let me just say, it worked to perfection. So we need to stick with it. Why? Because I'm a little superstitious. So we're going to stick with it here. We are going to stick with it here. All right? So on the screen right now is technically my prediction. This is my prediction. It hurts so much I don't even want to say it out loud. But, as I said last week, do not be surprised if the Lions somehow, some way win this game when the Saints are favored by 4.5 points. If they win this game 33-26. Don't be surprised. I'm not saying that's my prediction, but don't be surprised if it's 33-26. Let me know your thoughts, comments below, and who you got. Fill in the blanks. Thank you for watching. Woo, stop. And I'm out. Are you kidding me right now? I had to put my helmet on for this one. Are you kidding? Look at this. Look at all these members. What What? Yo, hey, shout out to all the members, man. Look how many All-Pro members there are. Like, literally, it's the whole screen, dog. This is crazy. The patrons, of course, the Hall of Fame members, man. Y'all got the gold color. It's kind of yellow, but it's supposed to be gold. Shout out to all the members, man. If you want to be a part of this, all you got to do is join the channel. But there are perks that come with it. Stay locked in the community tab if you are a member, because that's where a lot of information comes out. I appreciate all of you. What?